Hello, Vault Dwellers and Wastelanders. My name is Kyle, and I will be your overseer for today's episode of Vault Broadcast, our interview show where we bring together all of the creatives from across the Fallout space, have discussions about the content they're making, how they got into it, and so much more. On today's, we are talking to Mr. Wild Wasteland. You might know him from Instagram, from TikTok, and his Facebook group, Wild Wastelanders Market, where they sell other Fallout merch. People come together, they exchange items, they share things that they're doing in video games. I'm not going to tell you too much about it because he's going to do that in just a minute. But I want to remind people, as always, if you like the content you hear on the show, please give us a follow over on YouTube. Check out our Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts, so much more. Anytime you share the show around with friends, it is super duper helpful. And we have a Fallout Bethesda merch discount code for you at the very start of this episode, and that is code BTAILS37. It should flash up on the screen if I'm not lazy. You can use that on the Bethesda shop to save yourself 20% off at checkout, and it gives us a kickback. As always, if you're interested in checking out the Fallout TTRPG, you can go over to the Modifius website, or the creators of it, and save yourself 10% off with our evergreen code BTAILS. Both codes are B as in Bethesda, Tails as in Tales from Tomorrow. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to throw it to Kyle in the future, past. He'll take it away. Hello, everybody. You are listening to Vault Broadcast, and I am sitting down here with the one and only Mr. Wild Wasteland. You may know him from Instagram, TikTok, or the up-and-coming Facebook group. Mr. Wild Wasteland, I am thankful for you sitting down with us today. How is your evening over there in the UK going?
It is absolutely excellent tonight. It is very warm over here, Kyle. Extremely warm, actually. I'm sweating right now just from sitting down, but you know, we move because we're English.
Hey, I get it. I'm sweating with you, man. I'm in air conditioning and I'm still sweating. It is that way. I'm very excited for this interview. In fact, I think you were one of the very first people I had booked for it. You may have been the very first to reach out. And I think that's going to be a lot of today's interview, is that you are a wonderful community developer and creator. And it's very interesting that in the bio you gave me, you said you've only been doing this social media stuff for about 1 year now, which is hard for me to believe. Do you want to tell our audience a little bit about how you even got started with this? What took you to social media?
Well, it was mostly chronically scrolling on TikTok. I mean, I've always loved Fallout, and I've always collected like small pieces here and there. But for many years, I was scrolling on TikTok. I saw these Fallout content creators showing off their collectibles, and I was laying in bed one day, and I was looking around. And I was just thinking, why don't I do that? Why not? And then another idea popped in my head. Most of these content creators are American, and there's not actually sort of a notable Fallout merch collector that you know of, well, that I know of anyway. And I thought, well, why can't I do that? So I decided to upload a video. I think it was actually of my Bluetooth Pip-Boy back there. And I didn't expect it to get any sort of love. Like, I just thought, oh, if this video just flops, I just won't upload again. But no, people started commenting, saying, I absolutely love that. Oh, that's awesome, man. I was like, what? People are actually being nice to me. So that led me to upload a second video. I originally started out as Fallout Collector UK. Some of you may know, I'm not sure. I've come a long way since then. But yeah, I think my second video was of my NCR helmet, and that racked over like 500 likes in like 2 days, and that was mental. I must have had about 10 followers at that time, and that's pretty much how I started. It's just one after the other, videos doing better. Some don't do as well, but I'm comfortable with that. Do you know what I mean? It's, as long as it's reached a few people and a few people have liked it, it's been successful.
I think that's the most authentic way to look at it. As like you say, some videos are just not going to do well. The algorithm doesn't love everything. Probably the algorithm likes less of our stuff than the actual audience does. I noticed that there's always people who are clamoring. And I tell every guest this, but that's the purpose of this show right here, is that so many people out there just don't get linked together because of the algorithm. And yet, there's great creators. So you started off Fallout Collector UK. That name sounds a little familiar, like I've seen it somewhere. But I think I first got to know you as Mr. Wild Wasteland. And just the people around you, the group that you've built and all of that is just absolutely hats off to you because
Thank you so much. I'm very proud of it, and I'm so thankful for all the support that I'm getting with it. It's actually amazing. You're all making my dreams come true. Thank you.
the people out there listening, everyone around the community has been amazing with all of this. So
Definitely.
let's dive into even more about this. So a year ago, you post this video and it starts taking off. It starts getting 500 or so likes, you said. You do some more. You're now at a stage where you're hosting like giveaways, and I've heard that you even send some stuff to some other creators so they can do giveaways. How did you go from being brand new, like just someone was collecting for your own personal stuff, getting that account and, starting to maybe make a little UK presence for yourself, like you were saying, a lot of them were Americans. Now you're at this stage where, again, you're sending out giveaway goodies. How did that journey go? It's just been a year.
That's a difficult question because I don't know myself. It's all happened so quickly. I suppose it's just come about by meeting the right people and like making friends within the community. Um, the people I talk to the most is Slocum's Joe. He's one of my best mates within the community. I'm sure you know him. Um, but yeah, I sent some stuff to him. Um, God, I can't actually think how it happened. I just wanted to start giving back. I mean, I joined the ambassador program, like a lot of us are on, and sales just kept coming and coming and coming. I was just like, I can't keep all this for myself. No chance. I mean, I make money like off camera with work and all that. Um, but yeah, no, I can't keep everything that I make through social media. So I just decided to start giving back. Um, I'm doing it sort of a bit more underground now, though, because I don't necessarily want followers from it, if that makes sense. I do these secret giveaways. I assign every new follower a number. It's down in my notes on my phone, and every so often I go on a random number generator. I generate the number, and whatever number comes out, the person wins. And most of the time, it's those Bethesda Gear gift cards.
Wow. So I didn't. There's a lot to unpack there. So that's a whole interesting way to do giveaways that I would have never expected. Because a lot of people on social media, myself included in the past, have certainly tied in giveaways to audience growth. If you
Oh yeah,
follow on
same.
these
Yeah,
3 platforms, you're eligible for a gift card. So now you're at the stage of sort of doing these secret ones. That's really interesting. And so
yeah,
just to understand that, you're assigning a number to the followers, and then what? You reach out to them after you pull a random number and give them
yeah.
the
I'll
Bethesda
reach
gift
out to
card.
them. I'll message them, and the reaction I get is often often absolute surprise and shock.
Sure.
Um, Feels really good actually, because like I would love to be in that position. Do you know what I mean? You just get a random message, oh, you've won like a $40 Bethesda gear gift card. Like that would be amazing. But yeah.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the name Slocum's Joe. I That's how I got into the Bethesda Ambassador program. Met him over on Instagram, and he sent over one of the links. I don't even think I knew it was a thing at the time. And yeah, we just got linked up that way. And then he started mentioning your name in some messages and said something along the path of like, you guys need to get together and chat. And my life's just been a bit crazy this year. And so when this came about, I was always just really excited that I saw you reach out, in particular, knowing what you were building on the side, knowing that you were already kind of creating this great community space. And maybe now's a good time to talk about the Facebook group that I am more interested in every second. I might even brave Facebook to get into that group at
I'm
some point.
really
You got me
hoping
on
you
the
do this. There's no
Say that one more
pressure,
time.
Kyle.
Sorry.
But there's no pressure for you to join. But good God, I want you in that group.
Oh my gosh. Now, as we talk, by the end of this, you're going to convince me without even trying. I can just tell at the end of this. So, what is this group for people that don't know it? Why don't you give us the name and the goal of it for those out there that don't know?
Well, for the ones that don't know, I run a Facebook group, well, with a coalition of partners, obviously, called the Wild Wastelanders Market. It is on Facebook. You're all welcome to join. We host a Bethesda discount bulletin for anyone to come post their code, make commission off that, or if people just want to find a discount. But it's not just limited to that. If you have Etsy stores, you can come on there, post your discount code, get some sales from that. And yeah, but we were originally intended as more, well, we still are intended as more of a place to buy and sell Fallout items, but it's sort of strayed into sort of like an all-purpose Fallout group. I mean, we've got people posting stuff about Fallout 76 in there, just Fallout collectibles, Fallout news. I post a lot of merch news in there. Yeah, and the growth over the past few days, I mean, Kyle, it has been absolutely off the scale the past few days. We've recently not hired, we've got some new admins on, and they're absolutely amazing. And we have gained near on, I think, about 250 members in about 3 days' time. And it's just been mental. We hit 400 members today. um, Absolutely over the moon to wake up to that. Yeah, I really do think we're going to reach 1,000 in the next 2 months.
Wow, that's phenomenal growth. Yeah, for the people that don't know, the people that aren't in Mr. Wild Wasteland in my personal DMs, you reached out a couple days ago with a super kind offer of,
Yeah.
saying come in and join the group. And I don't even know why. I'm a guy that fell away from Facebook years ago. It's not even that I don't like Meta as a company. They're not really a good company, but I still use Instagram a lot. And so I just need to get my butt over there. I think honestly, this is just my own skeletons in the closet that I find Facebook really hard to navigate. Maybe I'm becoming an old man. I don't
You're
know,
not
but
the only one. I can't work it out either. That's why I've got all these admins. It's so difficult to use.
I just tried to delete a Facebook page over there that I hadn't used in years. And the amount of help guides and like things I had to look through to delete it. And then I finally gave up on the actual website and went to my mobile phone, like, because the mobile app was just easier to do it. That's what scares me away. But the community there, I guess maybe also partially surprised that Fallout is big on Facebook. I don't know why.
It's massive. Yeah.
I guess it's an untapped market. Like probably a lot of people are thinking TikTok, Instagram, the go-tos, but Facebook's known for its tight community tools over there if you get a good group going. So how long has the group been set up? How long have you been building the Wasteland market?
We have been around for about 3 months now. It's such a short time. We're still very young compared to other Fallout groups that have got hundreds of thousands of members, but that is the goal. We want people to sort of, if the word Fallout comes into your head and you're on Facebook, we want people to think, say if you want to buy like a cheap Fallout collectible or something like that, you want to find something secondhand. Oh, Wild Wastelanders Market. I'll look in there. I'll find it there. Oh, I need a discount code for Bethesda gear. I'll look in there. That's what we really are aiming towards, like a sort of a no-brainer thought of when you think of Fallout and you need something, you'll come straight to the Wild Wastelanders Market and find it in there.
I absolutely love that. That's a very good goal for it. And especially when we see the prices that people are selling things for over on like eBay, for example. Some of these items are going for hundreds and hundreds of dollars above.
It's a joke, isn't it?
And there's always this like line in my brain of knowing that some of these collections are probably estate sales. Like some of the ones I see people selling off, you can tell that like probably someone may have passed away or whatever it is, that someone that doesn't know anything about Fallout now has this
Yeah,
huge collection that they're trying to get rid of. And sometimes those prices get like absurdly inflated. Like I've seen Pip-Boys that are on there for like $800 on eBay, and they don't
yeah,
move. They're not, no one's buying them. They're up there for months and months. And so it actually, you're addressing a kind of a needed thing that, yeah, you can go to Etsy. Yes, you can go to eBay and try and find it. But having an actual community of Fallout fans that's curating and managing that, pretty ideal. So can I ask, for people like myself that are not in the group and don't know, how do people like exchange those products? Like, does someone post a listing like, hey, I'm trying to sell a Pip-Boy? Or do people go in there and maybe they ask for an item? Like they're like, hey, I'm looking to buy a vault-tec shower curtain or something like that.
well, yeah, just that really. You can we'll happily let you list anything you want in the group. We have a specific tab called buy and sell, which stuff really, if you want to buy and sell, you can go on that, but people don't really use it because it's quite a, like as you said, Facebook's hard to use. It's really hidden. We don't mind, just post it on the main page. But yeah, if you can ask for stuff in there, hopefully get some people comment saying, oh yeah, I've got that, I'll sell that to you. Yeah. But last night I was thinking, unfortunately there is gonna be some scammers that
Sure.
like I've got to face that reality. So a bit later on tonight, I'm going to make a point-based system. It's going to be under our featured tab, which isn't hidden. It's on the main page. I'm sure everyone can find it. And anytime a sale has been successful, you add a point in the comments with that person's name next to it, and then hopefully that'll build up. But I'll call them trust points. We'll do something fun like that. Call them trust points or vault points. I'm not sure. I'll
Karma?
think of. Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you. That's awesome.
Just
But
throwing it
yeah,
out there.
well, we definitely need to address that, and we'll write that up later.
Yeah, that you actually kind of, I don't even know if I was going to bring it up in the interview, but it was coming to my mind. Like anywhere you're trying to barter and sell things on the internet, you're going to have some people who do come by and try and scam here and there. So is it safe to guess that you really haven't had any of that yet? Hopefully. It doesn't sound, well, at least from what
Well,
you've
we
said,
haven't
like you
had
had a
many
huge.
people sell anything yet. We've had a couple listings under the buy and sell tab. I'm not sure if they sold
Mm,
because it would have been done through private message. It just would have been listed in our group. But we haven't had any scammers as of yet, and I'm hoping we never do. And this is what the karma points are. He's definitely what I'm going to call them. Thank you so much. That's what I'm going to use to combat that. I really hope it does combat that and stop like everything. I know it might, but there's also the bad points. It might alienate some people. That's
sure.
what I'm, because say if you're new to the group, you've got a massive collection and you need to sell it and you've got no trust points, karma points whatsoever. Um, People aren't going to trust you. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to sort of like, almost like verification. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm going to have a good think about that later. But yeah, well, I'll definitely be getting on that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I mean, like this is the fun of this podcast right here. So we get to dwell on all the stuff you like and what you do. I like that idea of verification. Like, I think if someone came in, let's say that I was going to sell off my collection soon, and I knew about your group, and I was very genuine and sincere. Like, I need to move this stuff. I feel like opening a path maybe to yourself and the admins there, where somebody could sort of liaise with you directly. Maybe they're, I don't know what Facebook's tools are for this, but if like you could almost assign them something like, hey, yes, I've seen the pictures of it. I approve this person, whatever. And so I can give them some sort of, I don't know. I don't know if it does badges or anything like that on Facebook, but some verification would probably be good. Because like you're
Yeah,
saying, there's probably going to be people who eventually do want or need to do that. And probably not everyone's going to have, or they're just not going to have that time to build the karma, the OG way, the hard way, the real way. So I like
yeah,
that
yeah.
verification.
Yeah, we'll definitely be asking for some type of like credentials or something, but that's yet to be worked out. That will be worked out. I'll probably liaise in the group chat later with all my other amazing admins, and we'll all work something out collectively.
I think that sounds good. So why don't we talk about some of these other people that you collaborate with and
I
create
would
with
love to.
building this community? You've got quite a few other creators just across the space. Again, we mentioned Slocum's Joe a moment ago, and I see people sharing posts from the Wild Wastelanders market over on Instagram. How many like other creators do you think you have in that group? Is it I would guess it's probably more Fallout enjoyers than it is creators, but you've got a mix of both.
Yeah, we certainly do. I think we have. This is very rough estimate. I think we've got about 6 admins that are Fallout content creators. So we've got Slocum's Joe. Everyone will know him. Shout out him. Uh, Toucan Cosplays. He's amazing. We've got Marty's Hut, the prop maker. I think you've already had him on this podcast.
You're right.
Yeah, he makes some absolutely amazing custom collectibles. We've got Not Stanley. She has these like Fallout inspired outfits. They're absolutely amazing. We've got Ben Russack from the Wild Wastelanders Workshop. I absolutely love Ben. Shout out Ben. And Haxo Courier, and he's amazing too. As you all know, he's from Down Under, so we don't really get much chance to speak to him due to the time differences. But he's absolutely amazing and replies when he can. And we've also got Stinky Dweller, who is a relatively new content creator, but she is doing absolutely amazing. She is smashing it. And those are my content creator admins, and I cannot thank them enough. I want to thank them publicly because they are all genuinely amazing. They're the loveliest people. We all support each other in this group chat. We all collab with each other. And yeah, it's just amazing. There's just such a sense of community. They feel like family to me, extended family.
That is amazing. That is something that definitely has struck me about the Fallout community. Because to mirror your story a little bit, I mean, I've been on social media and all of this for years here and there. I've done different gaming things, but COVID kind of took me away from social media a bit. And I don't know, I sort of messed around with my friends online for a couple years. And when we started this Fallout TTRPG group you and I were talking about, that's when we decided we were going to bring it to YouTube, take it out there and show other people. And the community is just phenomenal. I love them. The Fallout community is just wow. Having played around in other gaming communities here and there, I think Fallout's community is something special. You were right. Marty has been on the show, and I think he and I just really gushed about the same thing, just how amazing it is. People coming up to him at conventions and the dedication everyone has to their craft. Just phenomenal. So I love hearing that list of 6 or so creators. And as I said, you're already selling me on this idea hard because I'm like, dang, this does sound like family already. These people sound great.
You're always welcome to join, Kyle. The invite's always open, mate.
Yeah, I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. Well, that's the point of the show, right? We bring on all these different ideas and we merge them all together. And we see what comes out of it. So you mentioned the word kind of collaboration. And I don't know if you have any examples of this off the top of your head, but have you kind of seen that already from some of the creators in there? Like I do see a lot of people reposting one another's work, but I'm actually curious, have any of your creators had any chance to sort of work on anything yet? In a collaborative creation way. 3 months or so doesn't really give a lot of time for that, to be fair, but very curious.
Not just as of yet, but I would love to. It's I'm sure we can all do something. It's mainly the time differences that stop us. But towards the end of the month, actually, I'm driving down to go and meet up with Slocum's Joe in person, and we're going to do something then.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Look, there was a message that he posted that made myself and others sad that he said something about stepping away from content creation. everyone's got to do what's healthiest for them. I mean, that's the core here, right? Is never break
Yeah,
yourself for social media. But as a guy who, in a short amount of time, he also built this really fun brand and all the rest. We want him to stay around if it's
yeah.
healthy for him. So I hope that you going and hanging out and collabing with him. I'd love to see that. That sounds really fun. I don't know if you can tease anything you guys are even thinking of. Maybe it's all under wraps so far, but I'd
Well,
be really
it's
excited.
still a work in progress. We're not too sure about what we're going to do, but it will be something quite fun.
Good. Well, I personally look forward to that a lot. And maybe this is a good kind of chance to pivot here and talk sort of about the content that you've been making. You kind of started us off saying your journey was showing off the Pip-Boy, right? And then you said the NCR helmet. So what sort of content do you find resonating with people right now? Are you still focusing on prop reviews? What's kind of what do you think of drives your growth on social media the most?
Oh, that's a difficult question, Kyle.
That's what I'm known for.
I think what resonates most with people is it's it's short form content that has sort of it shows. I don't know how to explain this really. Um, I'll put it in the best way that I can explain it. The videos that have done the best for me is the most short form content, and it is stuff with sort of professional angles, and it's always to do with Fallout merch, and it's got to be something that is easily recognizable, if that makes sense. So say like as just say like a Pit Boy or an NCR helmet. That's something people love to see in the flesh because it's like it's from one of their favorite games. They've seen it on the big screen since they've been a child, and now they see that on their phone. It's an actual object. There's some nice lighting on it. There's cool angles. You got some Fallout music in the background. The video's not too long, so it doesn't drag on. Yeah, that's what I find sort of like really does well. Um, my most not my most recent video, but a very recent video of mine got racked up over 80,000 views the other day, and it
Wow.
was surprising because it was my most low effort video I've ever made. I was in a shop called B&M, and it's, for those who don't know, it's just like a discount shop in the UK. We can get absolutely anything. But they've recently started selling Fallout collectibles. And I just videoed myself walking up to it, just videoing them in a straight line, and then I've lugged them out to my car and showed people that I bought them all. And yeah, that got over 80,000 views, so many comments. And I actually, oh god, I was so surprised. For those who have played Fallout London, I'm sure you know who Seth Bentos is. He's one of the singers from the radio in Fallout London, and he started commenting on my video, and I almost had a heart attack when I saw his name. It was absolutely nuts.
That is so cool. And I love that comment that the low effort videos sometimes are the really truly the most popular
It's a
ones.
little bit annoying,
For sure.
but yeah, no, I'm
For
I'm
sure.
happy if as well.
That is really, really cool. Wow. And so getting some of the people from I wanted to bring up Fallout London at some point anyway. Just to, to ask, it's something set in your own backyard there, so to speak. Uh, have
Um,
you gotten in there and played around in Fallout London? Because that's not a mod I've installed yet, but it's on my radar.
Fallout London has to be probably, I think, the best Fallout mod to date. It's a whole game. It's amazing. There's like no blanks in the lore. It all fits in. It's amazing. I do live about an hour away from London, so it is quite a way away. But no, it is genuinely amazing. Fallout London, I recommend it, Kyle. You would love it. It's filled with like English stereotypes. It's hilarious. It's what you'd expect Fallout to be. It's got the soul of Fallout, but it's English.
That's really cool. I'm a little bit of an Anglophile at heart, so I think I would really dig that quite a lot. And you know, when you brought up the TTRPG earlier, that came to mind as well. I mentioned that, you know, someone in Canada, one of the guys we've interviewed here, has their game set in Canada, and I thought, you know, if you ever do a TTRPG, you know, you could really extrapolate on the Fallout London lore and things like that. Just very unique, and I'm really glad that mod came out. I have looked through some of the character and I guess world art for it, and I've kind of kept away from watching too many videos because I feel like whenever I go and explore it, I want to do it all a little myself. But it just seems neat, and it's cool to hear someone from the UK giving it good praise. I like that.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Excuse me.
So when it comes to, you just kind of told us a little bit about the content you've been making, these kind of videos showing the merch and all that. I wanted to chime in with a thought too, that as someone who's also buying merch, I really like it when you and Slocum's Joe and others are actually showing off these items, because it's a great way to get some sort of sizing comparison with them. Looking across the room, I see one of those little Nuka-Cola bottles I bought, the little light-up ones that are on the Bethesda shop, and it did say mini in the name. I didn't realize how many it might be, but I think I told Slocum's Joe that that's another huge asset you guys have going for you when you're doing this merch reveal sort of stuff, is that for anyone who can't really get a good idea of, like, is this product worth it? Should I buy it for myself? Would it look nice in the space I'm looking at? I really love when you guys show that off. Like you said, taking it from the big screen, this digital version, into like your actual hands gives people a really nice look over on it. And I kind of wonder if other people may have brought that to your attention in the past. I'm sure you've kind of guided a lot of people naturally into some purchases they didn't even know they were going to make that day.
Definitely. There's one thing that really does come to mind. It's there's a few things that Bethesda doesn't necessarily. Now, I want to be careful how I tread here and what I say, but there's some things that aren't really advertised to their true extent. There's an NCR flag behind me. I'm not sure if you can actually see it.
Yes,
but yeah, there's on the photos on the gear store and in the description, there wasn't any mention about an actual sewn on embroidered star on the flag, and it proper pops off. And people just thought, oh, it's just another print flag, like low quality print flag. I did not say low quality, Bethesda, please don't kill me. But yeah, people didn't know that because it wasn't advertised. And when I actually made a video on it, people were genuinely like, oh my God, I'm going to get that now. That's absolutely amazing. And another example is with the Wasteland Wanderers bottle. That's in my display case behind me. That would be an absolute pain to get out. But the pictures they took, it looked just like a matte finish. It was just like a matte blue. It didn't really look too appealing to the eye, to be honest. But when I got it, I was absolutely surprised. It looks beautiful. It's glossy. It's shiny. It's got a nice pearlescent on it. And the photos just didn't do it justice. And when I uploaded stuff about that, I had people messaging me saying, oh, I had no clue. I was holding off of buying that for X reason. And yeah.
Sure. I get that totally, and I don't think Bethesda's going to be coming down on you in any way. You're telling it you're saying the merch is actually better than what they're photographing, and I mean, I don't know how Bethesda does that in house. Like I actually kind of doubt they do it in house. I would presume they probably have a kind of a company they contract. Bethesda, if you're watching this and I'm wrong, reach out and come on the show and tell us how you actually do it, because I'm curious in logistics and supply chain stuff. But so often with merch, it seems like the people who authorize it, the people who at the company sign off, like, yes, we're going to do this. I mean, they're trusting in some third party company to do it. I'm totally drawing a blank on the spot, but like Wand Company for the Pip-Boys, and there's Doctor something that does the little vault kits. But, you know, they're trusting in those groups to render a good, honest product. And whatever Bethesda gets to sell on their shop. I mean, I don't even know how much of it sees the Bethesda Maryland office. I don't know how much of it actually gets shipped down to them before it's shipped out to fans. So yeah, there's a disconnect there. And I think that's where people like yourself and the others that are doing this, and even to a small extent on my one YouTube channel, I've started to do more slow-paced unboxings. And what motivated it was that same thing that I'll be a little bit, I'm a little less nervous to take their flack, but to say, I've gotten an item or two from the Bethesda shop that I'm not in love with. I might not have bought it if I saw what it was in advance. Mostly sizing and scale. I'm really terrible with, you tell me it's this amount of inches, and that doesn't mean anything to me. But that's why I wanted to make some of those videos too, was to kind of guide people that, hey, this is what you're looking at. This is what it stacks up to if you compare it to others. I just think there's a need for that out there. Buying items sight unseen can be a hit or miss thing, but it sounds generally like the Bethesda shop has been hitting much higher. Like that flag you just mentioned, I had no idea that was actually a stitched on star. Like you mentioned, I sort of just thought it was going to be a typical screen print flag thing that, maybe low or high quality depending, but that sounds so cool.
No, it's honestly the most high quality flag they've ever released, and it's such a shame that they didn't mention that in the description, because there's only so much reach that myself and other creators can give. So not everyone's going to know that has an embroidered star on it, and that, to me, that's a selling point, and to probably thousands of others, that's a selling point.
Well, Bethesda, hit up Mr. Wild Wasteland for your marketing stuff. If you need to hire someone else, maybe give this guy a job. You're hitting it spot on. I mean, you're recognizing what the audience cares about, and I think about that with stuff too. I'm using one of those vault-tec survival blankets. It's in the room here trying to deaden some of the sound for me, and it's got that wonderful like stitched patch on it. But one of the biggest things that sold me on it, I was expecting it to be a low quality blanket, but one of the other people in the community reached out and she was like, I have that in my car and I actually use it a lot. It's really nice. And I was like, oh, okay. No questions asked then. This is a real blanket. And, and the last thing I'll say, because I feel like I'm talking about too much, but in the video game merchandise sphere or any franchise, Star Wars, whatever you want to look at, whatever merch they're making, it really can be good or bad. Sometimes it's just about printing off that brand sticker on there to say, hey, yes, this is a crap item. It's $2 quality, but, hey, we put our logo on it. Now we're charging $30. And I'm impressed. Bethesda shop often does not do that. That a lot of those items, the glass Nuka-Cola bottles that they have up there for sale, that stuff's really cool.
Definitely.
I'm just a happy man when it comes to it. And so the ambassador program, if we could get back to that for a second, you sound like you were one of the first people in the sphere that I know that got on board with that. How did you find out about that? My Slocum's Joe was my onboarding, and I think you might have been his.
No, I wasn't actually, but God, it was such a long time ago now. I'm trying to think who it was. I think it was Nuka Girl, who she's on TikTok for people that don't know. I think it was her, or it was Fallout Courier. I'm not sure. It was one of them two. They're both amazing content creators. Everyone should go and check them out. But yeah, they invited me. It was one of the two, and I remember one of the links didn't work, and I was probably stuck in the mud for about 2 months. I just couldn't get on it. And I remember one day I clicked on the link and it just worked. I was so surprised. I mean, it's just typical technology, just not working as usual. But yeah, it worked. I sent in my application, and then not even 2 days later, I was on it. And then same day, advertising codes, maxed out my code on the first day. It was absolutely, I don't want to say mortified, because that's a bad word. I don't want to say shocked either, because that's too much of a sort of it doesn't resonate strongly with me, that word. I was I was hitting the roof when I saw that. I mean, it was like, it must have been about $150+ in one day. That's probably about £110 for my British Wastelanders out there. And I was just thinking, oh my God. And I mean, for the first few months, for the first few months, I kept a lot of the money, putting it straight back on merch. But then that's when I started like, oh, I cannot keep all this. No chance.
I I have to say, honestly, the brand ambassador program has really just been a massive boon in my own personal life for the reasons you say. As a guy that used to, like previously grew on Twitch and made a lot of stuff over there, live streaming. If you're trying to live off of it, or trying to even subsidize the cameras and the microphones and stuff, you're often asking people for donations. And those donations, I mean, the economy around the world's pretty bad. People don't really often have like $20 they just want to give you. But when it comes to linking people up, that we're giving someone a 20% off code to merch they already want, a $20 donation comes in rather quickly. And I think a lot of people feel very fulfilled from it. So I know I'm personally very thankful for kind of the chain of creators that got me involved. I'm very thankful that Bethesda did this, because I used to play some Bethesda games on Twitch back 5 or so years ago, and they didn't have any of this. And also at the time, their shop was not nearly as good as it is now. Like they really had, I always called them like corporate t-shirts. Everything was very much in like the kind of like breast pocket sort of thing. And it was very unoriginal for a lot of it. And now I'm going up there and I'm like, wow, some of these items. And of course, now there's things that I go back and I'm like, I really wish I had been shopping the shop a year or so ago, whenever, they had like a whole run of like, Overseer messenger bags and some vault-tec shoes up there and stuff. And I'm like, if only I had been there for that.
Oh, don't worry. I've been in the same situation. There's so many things that I've missed out on. I've had to pay a premium on eBay for. And it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sure you know, but you got to do what you got to do if you want something.
That's right. Well, and now again, you're starting to remedy that. You're making a space where people can hopefully, sell off some of these items and get them into the hands of other people that will love them just as much. And we're already getting to a point. I mean, I think you and I've been talking just now for 55 minutes already. How time has, can you believe that? Folks out there, he was a little nervous at the start of this, and like that, we're into it. That's the fun of interviewing, man. I love it.
Kyle was absolutely amazing, guys, by the way. He put me at ease.
Well, hey, it's all reciprocal, right? So you've already teased a bunch of other names for people to go and follow. That's one thing I like to always ask for. But I think I'm going to switch yours up a little bit. It's already something I kind of prompted you with in the questions. But future plans. You got this really great idea for the Wasteland marketplace that's just growing like crazy already. Where do you want to take this sort of stuff? And you can take this question in any direction you want. But I'm asking it coming from hearing you say that the Wild Wastelanders market was geared towards selling things, but now it's already spreading out to being people sharing Fallout 76 stuff and the rest. So where do you see, I don't know if you want to give a timeline, like in the next year, 6 months, where do you want to see this stuff grow to?
I'm not really too sure. I just want to see growth. That's the only thing I'm interested in, is reaching out to more people, getting discount codes out to people so they can save money, getting people on the ambassador program so they can make money, probably helping other content creators start out. That's what I like. I like helping people. I absolutely love it. But I really want the Wild Wastelanders market to grow the most. I'm not really too fussed about my social media. I've got a small platform on there, but a nice platform, enough where a lot of my videos rack up over 100 likes on each one, decent amount of views. I'm comfortable with that. but I really want the Wild Wastelanders market to grow, so everyone knows they can come there if they need something that you're not going to pay stupid prices for on eBay, or just to share Fallout stuff. I mean, it's in the next year. I really do think we're going to have over 1,000 members. I think we'll make that in the next 2 months of the way we're going. But it would just be amazing if, like I said earlier, there's that no-brainer thought when you think of Fallout and you want a sold-out collectible, you just immediately think of the like the Wild Wastelanders market. You'll go straight there on Facebook, find what you want, ask what you want. You might not find it, but at least you've come there and asked, and you're a part of our community.
I think
That's
that
what I would really like. Just everyone to know. No, yeah, just know about the group basically.
I think that's phenomenal. I think that is a really, really good goal, and it's I don't know. I don't want to like make it sound tacky or anything, but it is pretty noble goal that you're trying to grow a community space over, even what you're saying, even over personal socials and things like that. So everyone out there, be sure to go and check it out. We're going to have links to everything that we'll put in the descriptions of this episode, whether you're on YouTube or Spotify or however you like to listen to it. We try and syndicate it to all the places. Mr. Wild Wasteland, this has been a fantastic first chat with you. I hope it will certainly not be the last, because I would love to get you back in here to talk more. And just to say, that's kind of a goal for this podcast too. Is I want to grow this out to be a little bit more of a community space. So if you're feeling comfortable now, having done one interview with me here, it would be great to have you back through and to talk about.
I would love to.
Other ways to collab with people, and just, we're sitting on a really hot year for Fallout is what I guess that's my signing out thought is this is going to be 2025. New TV show, the new books for the Fallout TTRPG stuff. I think it's going to be a really just hot year.
Oh God, we're all in for a treat when season 2 comes out. It's going to be absolutely nuts, the amount of attention we're all going to get.
Absolutely true. So to everyone out there listening, you know what? Actually, give us one more thing, Mr. Wild Wasteland. Before I do the sign out, why don't you tell the folks? We've already teased it so much, I kind of forgot. But where all are you active on social media? You got Instagram, you got TikTok, I know you got the Facebook group. But are there other things I'm forgetting? Any YouTubes or Twitter or anything like that?
I have a personal YouTube channel. Yeah, you can all find me with Mr. Wild Wasteland, just my usual TikTok name and Instagram name. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We do have an inactive Discord server, but that's going to be for the future when the Wild Wastelanders market grows a bit more, and so people can talk to each other on a bit more of a personal level. But yeah, we're saving that for the future.
There you go, everyone. There's your big tease on the way out the door. There's going to be some expansions. Well, Mr. Wild Wasteland, thank you seriously, very sincerely, from the bottom of my heart for coming on here. I was super excited whenever you reached out the first round, and I thank you for even letting me do a little schedule shifting here by a week. It made all the difference in my personal life. So we will put an end in this episode. To everyone, I'll catch up with you in just a second for a sign out, but here's where we part ways and say, be safe out there in the wasteland. Well, everybody, that was Mr. Wild Wasteland. Absolutely phenomenal interview. Can you believe that was his first? Absolutely stellar. I loved his setup there, the backdrop, all the rest. Very cool. Has my camera moved? I got weird stuff in my backdrop now that we're talking about, but you know what? We're one of those shows. We're one of those productions around here, folks. Oh, it was because I cropped it on the other screen. Okay. Well, we're one of those productions around here. We don't take ourselves too seriously. It's not worth it in this world. It's better to have fun with it and just do what you love and do it authentically, as I always say. So we will pretty much cut it here. If you want to check out Mr. Wild Wasteland's links, those are going to be in the description. If you would like to help out the show, as mentioned, your code for this week should be BTALES 37. That is B as in Bethesda, Tales as in Stories 37. And if you ever need a new code, you're welcome to check those out in our latest YouTube videos. I do have 2 channels for those that don't know. Overseer Kyle, which is where we publish the Vault Broadcast episodes, and then our Tales from Tomorrow YouTube channel, which is where we post our TTRPG content. And now I really want to get Mr. Wild Wasteland into a TTRPG. Just talking to him on there, I'd love it. The same goes for all of our other guests that have been on the show. Someone's going to take this idea, and you're welcome to it if you're more ambitious than I, but just to say that I would love to get a bunch of these creators together and do some TTRPG stuff with them. How fun would that be? And again, if you're someone that's more community oriented and better, less ADHD than I have, go for it. By all means, invite me to the table. I'd love to play. I'd love to be a player. But sincerely, I'd love to get a group of these creators together and do a game like that. That'd just be so fun. So next level. All of our schedules are probably a little too hectic for it. But yeah, let's leave it here, everybody. Wonderful episode. Look out for some new ones. I'm considering this to be the end, shall we say, of our the first part of season 1. Let's say it like that. It's if not formally, it is in my mind a conclusion. This is the first batch of interviews that I had lined up, and now I'm about to go back to the source, put out some more calls to action to get some other creators in the door. But the feedback for Vault Broadcast has been phenomenal. So thank you personally for being so welcoming to our guests, for everyone that's kept up with the episodes. It means so much. Like, it's just been so fun. And I don't want to stop it anytime soon. I want to just keep growing, just like Mr. Wild Wasteland said with the group. And even between our end of episode and this little outro bit, I told him off air, I said very sincerely, I want to get in there. I want to join. He sold me on it already. I think it's just a really, really cool idea to support other creators, to support the community like that. So keep growing good things, folks. We have the choice of where we put our energy, where we put our money, where we put our time, and all the rest. And make sure you're spending it on good people. Put it on the people who are out there doing the good work. That's, again, what this show is about, is bringing cool voices, creative energy, all to the table in one space. Before I run out of words, before I start drooling, let me get out of here. I'm going to get some food. You all stay safe out there in the wasteland, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.